Trust Elon? Oh, he's not gaining anything. In fact, I wonder how he can devote the time to it. He's so into it. But I told him do that. Then I'm going to tell him very soon, like maybe in 24 hours.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm diving deep into a conversation that's shaking up Washington. Senator John Kennedy has some bold words about why Trump and Elon Musk are winning with the American people. The establishment might be panicking, but outside of DC, things look very different. Stick around because I've got a lot to break down. And hey, before we get into it, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. All right, let's go.
Senator John Kennedy, Republican out of Louisiana. Sir, good morning to you. I don't know if you thought you would ever live to see the day where Washington would go in the other direction. Now, the judges are slowing it down. It takes some time to move through the courts, but this is going to happen. Do you believe it will be enough to exact change permanently in Washington, D.C.?
I certainly hope so. Here's what I see. Look, I'm unapologetically with Trump and Musk. Now, among the blue hairs and the opinion writers in Washington, we're losing. We're winning with the American people. And I think, Bill and Dana, the big picture should not go unnoticed. Some people, mostly my Democratic colleagues, have chosen to support the bureaucracy and the spending porn over the American taxpayer. These are the same folks who chose to support illegal immigration over the rule of law, who chose to support teachers' unions over schools and kids, who chose to support criminals over crime victims, who chose to support transgender athletes over women's sports, frankly, who chose to support Hamas over Israel. Now, they think they're winning. And they may be in the bubble of Washington, but not among the taxpayers. When they tell me, well, we think we're winning, I tell them, sure. And be on the lookout for flying pigs. I think the justice stick is coming, and I think the American people support everything we're doing.
Senator Kennedy is making it clear there's a huge gap between what the elites in Washington think and what everyday Americans believe. He points out that while the political class is backing bureaucracy and reckless spending, regular Americans are saying enough is enough. The divide is real on immigration, crime, education, and even foreign policy. Kennedy says the political elites are backing big government, criminals over victims, and teachers' unions over students. And the craziest part, they actually think they're winning. But as Kennedy put it, be on the lookout for flying pigs. Now let's talk about Trump. Love him or hate him, he's laser-focused on one thing: draining the swamp. In a recent interview, Trump doubled down on his plan to expose government waste. He's telling Elon Musk to investigate government agencies, and folks, what they're finding is billions of dollars in fraud and abuse. Just think about that for a second. Your hard-earned tax dollars wasted. And yet, when Trump pushes for audits, the same people who wanted 80,000 new IRS agents to go after small businesses are now panicking. The hypocrisy is wild, and Kennedy is calling them out for it. Of course, we can't ignore the legal battles. Trump and Musk's efforts are facing resistance from activist judges. Kennedy puts it bluntly: some judges are more interested in pushing an agenda than upholding the Constitution. But here's the good news: we have courts of appeal and the Supreme Court. This is a fight that's far from over, and Kennedy knows it. The goal? Not to undermine the judiciary, but to fight back the right way. And that's exactly what's happening.
Listen to President Trump on him trusting Elon Musk. This is in his interview with Brett Baer.
Trust Elon? Oh, he's not gaining anything. In fact, I wonder how he can devote the time to it. He's so into it. But I told him do that. Then I'm going to tell him very soon, like maybe in 24 hours, to go check the Department of Education. He's going to find the same thing. Then I'm going to go to the military. Let's check the military. We're going to find billions, hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud and abuse. And, you know, the people elected me on that.
I can imagine that this is actually polling very well in America. We'll know more in a few days when those polls come in. But here's what Donald Trump said about the judicial branch getting involved: that certain activists and highly political judges want us to slow down or stop. Losing this momentum will be very detrimental to finding the truth. I know you're on the Judiciary Committee, sir. How do you look at that?
Well, 2 points quickly. On the prior discussion, The same people who are screaming at Trump for auditing federal spending were the same people under President Biden who wanted to hire 80,000 new IRS agents with guns to audit the American people. I find that breathtakingly hypocritical. In terms of the courts, look, we have some federal judges who try to rewrite the Constitution every other Thursday to advance their social and economic agenda. We know that. But that's why God made courts of appeal. That's why God made the Supreme Court. And I'm not going to stand up here and criticize the institution of the federal judiciary. I believe in the federal judiciary. I believe in Article 3 of the Constitution. I criticize my Democratic colleagues when they said after the Supreme Court handed down Dodd, we needed to pack the Supreme Court and get rid of them. And Senator Schumer screamed at Justice Gorsuch and Justice Kavanaugh. I don't like that stuff. We don't need to undermine the federal judiciary. We need to appeal from the bad decisions, and that's what we're going to do, and I think we'll win.
Senator, let me squeeze this in. Linda McMahon's hearing is on Thursday for her confirmation in committee.
Yeah.
That's Department of Education. Now, I imagine Democrats will go on offense in that hearing. We'll see how much is heard there. What's the mood in the hallways up there? What's been happening over the last 3 weeks among your colleagues?
Cliches become cliches because they're true. It's been like drinking from a fire hose. I mean, it's like fighting Muhammad Ali. I'm glad I'm on the side of Ali. It's like just the punches keep coming to my Democratic colleagues. And I think that's good. That's the only way you're going to change this place. I've said before, common sense is illegal in Washington, D.C. If you depend on Washington to develop common sense, it will never happen. When I feel inadequate in Washington, D.C., and I do a lot, I just look around. I mean, some of these people, I've said before, it's like, how did they make it through the birth canal? But they're not the American people. This is Washington. And among the Washington pundits, Trump and Musk and the rest of us are probably losing. But among the American people, we're winning. And you know what? They're what counts.
Yeah.
And we're going to win this fight.
Senator, thank you for your time. We'll see how it goes. Wear a seatbelt. Thanks for coming on today.
Take care, sir.
Thank you.
If you listen to the mainstream media, they'll tell you that Trump, Musk, and leaders like Kennedy are losing. But Kennedy has a different take. Washington might be against them, but the American people are on their side. And you can see it in the polling. You can see it in how people react when these issues are actually put in front of them. Common sense isn't dead in America. It's just been ignored by the elites for too long. So what's the bottom line? Kennedy is making it clear. Trump and Musk are winning with the people, even if Washington doesn't want to admit it. The battle for transparency, common sense, and real leadership isn't over, and the next few months are going to be huge. What do you think? Are Kennedy and Trump right about this? Drop a comment below and let's get this conversation going. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I've got a lot more content coming your way. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and I'll see you in the next video.